guys, what's going on? Matt with C West, and thanks for joining us on another video. This is going to be an exciting one because it's the first time our team has been in South Dakota. We're going to head up and work with Cappy and Sprout on a really fun project we can't say tons about yet, but all we know is it's going to be full of surprises and a lot of fun along the way. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, we finally made it over to Spearfish, South Dakota. Tomorrow morning we're going to jumpstart our project with Cappy and Sprout, who are two very talented builders. They have a great eye and they love pushing the boundaries with unique construction. So together we're going to put together a very unique project for this client. Alright guys, perfect blue sky day, the sun is shining, it's chilly, it's 30 degrees out here in South Dakota, but we just wrapped up breakfast and we're heading over to site to get starting on building this observatory dome with Cappy and Sprout. Can't wait.
Morning, Spearfish.
Alright guys, we just got on site, met up with Cappy and the crew. We're gonna go set up our laydown area for the dome. We have to make sure it's nice and level, and we're gonna start building the ash dome on top. That's gonna get the foundation going, and we'll build all of the dome on top of that. So the first key item is a level base for the ash dome to build on.
Here. You're going to shoot over so we can see what you're looking at. Yeah.
Whoa! Well, you think if you have something going
up there.
Travis, you got your supervisor with you, buddy.
You can launch, and then if something explodes,
that's Pepper.
They're tracking the shrapnel too.
Him and I have.
Oh, wait, there we go. Yep, we're 9 inches down. 9? 9 inches.
So right now we're just taking the highest spot, which we know, it's 3 inches to our laser. We're gonna raise this up, we're 6 inches to drop over 10 foot of dome. So we're gonna work our way around on every single cinder block and micro shim it up. Some will get big blocks, some will get skinny blocks, and some will get little baby shims to make them perfect.
I'm gonna guess we need exactly half of the blocks we have on the far side, right? For an even slope.
3 and 3/8. Yeah, but grab one of your piece of 3/8 ply. We should be perfect. Okay, still talking to George here. So what'll happen is it'll vibrate, it'll sound chattery. If you've ever had a garage door that came down and it wasn't perfectly in line, it kind of goes chunk, 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 like at the very end. So this is the time it takes to do this. Doesn't matter how long it takes. This has to be perfect. So from here, this is literally the foundation of this entire dome, and then we start putting the skirt on, and then the pieces that make the actual dome. So they said they'll test it on the ground. So we'll actually power this thing up, all the motors will be hooked up, and this thing will get to spin on top of these cinder blocks in the driveway, which is really neat to see.
Alrighty, we're making really good progress. We're installing the azimuth slip ring that carries electricity all the way up to the upper shutter motor and allows the dome to spin 360 degrees. Has no mechanical hard stops, which is really good. So there's no set position where the shutter has to be during the closing and opening procedure, which really helps telescope operation having that 360 degree capability. Alright guys, so we're getting set up to start sliding in the dome panels, and that is really where the dome starts taking shape. Just about to put on the guides for the shutter, and that is what's going to allow the track to open and close the shutter once we get the motors installed. But since the azimuth motor is not installed yet, Travis, I'm going to rotate this right quick.
Go ahead.
You can just see, even with a push of a hand, the dome can easily rotate. And that's a key, again, by starting on a good level base. We can move this thing very smoothly by hand, but once the gear gets engaged for the azimuth, then it's locked in and we can control it with the computer and move and rotate the dome. Alright guys, fantastic first day. We just wrapped up. As you see, we have all of the major dome portions assembled, and tomorrow we're going to continue and do the final install of the shutter, install the motor electronics, and get going with testing. So by the end of tomorrow we should be able to connect this thing to power and start spinning and opening the dome and rotating it. Alright guys, good morning. Day 2 on the build. We're going to jump back in where we left off yesterday night and get going with a little QA, QC on the dome. Make sure we did all of our steps properly yesterday, and then continue with installing the shutter, the electronics, and getting going with the automation system.
Oh, ready. Oh, I want this side. I need to get this side. No, I didn't. I take that back. I was working on it, and then. Yeah, absolutely.
See the holes aligned for the base. Alright guys, so we just got the shutter seals on. That keeps wind, rain, debris from entering the dome when it's closed. And then also we got the upper shutter motor installed. So let's go and take a look.
Set up here, you stand it up, 2 guys inside.
Okay.
We'll pull the brackets and hold the boat.
How many guys are inside?
2.
Okay, 2 guys on the outside, 2
and then
Excellent.
we'll slide it up.
Do you have enough for a while?
Real careful. Stop. Bring it to the line. Yeah. Alrighty guys, so we have the upper shutter panel installed. We're gonna break for lunch. When we come back, we're gonna install the dropout shutter. We also have that upper shutter motor physically installed also, so we're making good progress. Alright, so we have the lower shutter dropout winch installed, and Travis is currently installing our dome control system, and that's going to connect to the computer to allow the user to open and close the dome.
And then these should go.
Alrighty guys, so we have the lower shutter installed. We're setting the shutter limits and the mechanical stops and the limit switches, and those are all going to control the shutter and make sure that the dome control system understands when the dome is open and closed for safe operation. So all the shutter components are installed, and we ran the cabling to the motor for that lower dropout and just tested it. So we have electricity to the dome, tested the azimuth rotation, the upper shutter up and down, and lastly we checked that lower shutter dropout, and everything is looking good so far. Alrighty guys, excellent second day. We have the dome shutter components all installed and we tested them. It opens and closes, and tomorrow what we're going to do is wrap up and do a little bit of final testing, quality control, quality assurance, and then on Tuesday morning we're going to crane lift this onto the observatory.
How's it?
Alright guys, it's day 3 and we just got back from the airport. We picked up Eric Simison, the former owner of the company, and so he's Travis and Jason's dad, and now we're just going to get back to work doing a little bit of quality control and quality assurance to make sure the dome is ready for tomorrow morning's crane lift.
We're gonna paint it tomorrow.
Alright, so the guys are finishing up doing the cedar framing, and that is where the dome is going to be sitting on tomorrow morning when we fly it. So it's going to be a really exciting day. Weather forecast is looking extremely good and favorable for a safe crane pick. But stay tuned guys, we can't wait for tomorrow for this one. Alright guys, we just got over to Cappy's Resort. Shortgrass Resort is the name of this place. Absolutely spectacular. We're going to go ahead and set up a time lapse here, let that shoot the Milky Way, and hopefully catch the comet as well that's in the night sky in the west, while we head in to have a nice dinner together before tomorrow morning's crane lift. Alrighty guys, good morning. It's our day of the crane lift. We're gonna go through and do our last checkup, make sure everything's good to go with the dome. And the crane's gonna get here in about an hour. We're gonna get all the straps set up. We're gonna fly this over the house and get it bolted onto the observatory. Alrighty guys, a crane just got here. It's getting set up. We're getting ready to rig up the dome. We just did our safety briefing, so we're all set. We're gonna get this dome ready to lift. Alright guys, we just did the crane lift. As you see behind me, everything went safe and smooth, and we're going through and doing the final bit of bolting the dome to the structure, doing the testing on the dome control system, and from there we're just going to do a last little bit of water sealing to make sure that the dome is weatherized. Cappy, I know our team had a blast. How do you think everything went?
Just amazing experience. This was so cool to have you guys come in. You hit the ground, you had this thing tore apart, built, and we were ready to fly it in like a day and a half. It was absolutely incredible. I couldn't even dream it would come out this awesome. So I know the clients will be stoked. I was super excited to work with Sea West on this, and yeah, you guys are amazing. Aces.
Guys, well, we just wrapped up. The dome is on, it's been tested, we've gone through everything, all the weatherizing is complete, and now Cappy's gonna finish everything off and do the big reveal this following weekend. But we really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we can't wait to really see what the client does with the observatory and enjoy the night sky like they deserve. Thanks again for watching, guys. Clear skies.